a rank as these two are in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Oklahoma's offense will go on the attack first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. And another big play from a Sooner receiver. We've seen that before. Some places you might get grades like C, D, all A-pluses here.
And he grabbed it like a lamb and serving up busted chops like you've seen this offense do. So,
out of space. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's a heat. Then the quarterback run up to and sacked at the 12. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got the back over the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And he will score! Touchdown Sooners!
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. 4th down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So an 82-yard drive there. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Kansas State's offense will go to work for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Makes the grab. It's McGougligan. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Jordan. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
He's going for a big play downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He's got it on the right.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Got a man. It's McGougligan. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
Let's see what he can do with the return. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first down. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. First play of the period, first down here. The give to the single back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They go to the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
Quickly complete. He's loose. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Going to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Go straight ahead. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
All right, well, they've been trying to run the football to get it in here. You're right on the doorstep. I like maybe setting up a jumbo formation, maybe going play action, see if you can sneak a guy out into the flat for the score.
They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one more yard. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, and it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Starts a drive trying to go up top. They'll run the screen. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. We want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got the back in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just not on the same page with his target.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard games just because of the body blow effect.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Turning it on! And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. He's got the tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Manhattan. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. And the Wildcats are facing third and inches. They'll run the sneak for it.
And, David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Fires one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. You force them into third and medium. Now you get a situation where you're playing pass, but, man, got to do a better job of keeping that rabbit in the cage. Don't let him outside the pocket, because when he does, you see right there, he chews up 10.
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
Unloads quickly. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll leave it with him. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Quick completion on the out route. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Kansas State will have to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
The Sooners just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. He wants to change this route. They'll run the toss. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. So you've come up big. You've forced a 3rd down. One more big stop. Now I can get him to punt the football, give my offense a chance to go down the field and to score some points.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. On his way back from the 20. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a play! Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Texas A&M is totally getting wrecked today. You bring Johnny Football back here in his prime, and even he wouldn't change the outcome of this one. They're trailing by 15 to Arizona. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Wildcats want to crank the tempo. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged in the middle, it's Jordan. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Rush is on him. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. So now it's second and long. Going to look downfield again. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion now setting up third down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Complete to the left. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field to catch the defense off guard.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Great play by the defense, and they're expecting this, right? In a 2-minute situation, they've got a 2-possession lead. They got a lot of DBs out on the field, and everybody's eyes are just on the quarterback. They're all seeing it thrown, and they're breaking on the ball, and they come away with a nice interception.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll try the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Just listen to the Little Apple. You can hear it all the way to the Big Apple as they try to get the defense off the field. Thanks to grab. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
Coming into this one.